Yeah, I think it's important in ministry for pastors to sort of privilege expositional preaching, because when we stand up and we get ready to preach, you got to remember God is listening. He's there. So what else would we do? Would we give the people someone else? Would we give them ourselves? Would we give them our cute ideas? No, in our preaching, we want to give people God. And in expositional preaching, that's what you do. You give them God. And it's so easy often for us to bring God down to us, but in our preaching, we want to be lifting ourselves up to God. And I think expositional preaching does that particularly well. The reality is sheep all over the world, sheep are starving. They're not being fed. They have a book, they probably own themselves, their pastors have books, that book is rich with food, and they don't give them that book. They have cute, pithy anecdotes and stories, fine things, but you string them together and it can give you a temporary sugar rush, but it doesn't feed, it doesn't sustain. It won't carry you through the week in the same way that expositional preaching does. And of course, theologically, God creates his people, he convicts his people, he converts his people, conforms his people. He does all these things through the word theologically. So of course we want the word to have that privileged place in the life of the body. And I think it's David Jackman or someone who used this illustration of the life of a church as a car. And so where's the Bible in the car? Is it in the trunk? Is it in the passenger seat? Well, no, it ought to be in the driver's seat. And if it's in the driver's seat, then Christ is ruling his church. And in expositional preaching, we keep the Bible in the driver's seat. In other forms of preaching, too often it gets relegated to the passenger seat, or at worst to the trunk or the back seat, where what the people are hearing are our ideas, not God's ideas and what God would have for his people. I think particularly in an age where people are so confused about truth in these times, we have to always remind them the Bible is fundamentally a book about God before it's a book about us. And again, that's what expositional preaching does exceptionally well.